Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Good to see you all. Hold on, I have some stuff playing in the background. Let me fix that. Denny, how are you? Good to see you. Carolina, Rachel, Carolina again, Gayla, Jojo, I hate mornings, Mr. DJ. Good to see you all. Lynn D's here as well. We have a lot of stories to talk about, but while people are getting, comfortable, getting a drink, maybe an adult beverage, who knows? Let me show you this. I'm so intrigued by this, and I wish my cat was not behind my back. He is very annoying. Muffin, I swear, if I didn't love you so much. It says here NASA astronaut spots two metallic spherical orbs flying by his aeroplane in Texas. Well, we all like spherical orbs, but they're saying here it could possibly have been a weather balloon. It's almost like a joke at this point. But this is not the one I wanted to talk to you about. It's the one going on in New Jersey, I think it's Pennsylvania too. How crazy. They don't know where these things are coming from. No one wants to comment on them. And yeah, like they're just like, "Oh yeah, we know they're there, but we can't tell you anything about them. We can't tell you where they're going, who owns them, what they're up to, anything like that. We're not allowed to tell you." I'm just gonna grab it. I'm just gonna grab this other link about the drones. Hold on. That's not it. Yeah, here we go. It says here, New Jersey mayor, chilling drone tale sends anxious residents into panic. Is that supposed to make us feel better? Apparently, the mayor of Montvale took to Facebook to reveal what happened to a resident's robot when they had a run in with a mysterious drone hovering in the air. They're noting that there was sophisticated technology at play on December 15. They're saying here, a highly respected professional and trustworthy resident informed me with 100% certainty that his son's hobby drone attempted to follow one of the drones and it was drone jacked. He lost total control of his drone and it went disappearing into the air. It seems there are very sophisticated drones with a counter-offensive system on board. Um, that's frightening. I mean, how did it just how did it do that? How did it take over control of the drone? The thing I think we'd all have to look at is it's probably military, right? I thought that from day one. The original reports came from a area where there was a military installation down the road, like literally around the corner. And I was like, I wonder if it's some sort of secret government project that they're not telling us about. It is afternoon here, afternoon. Hey, good to see you, April B, Moonshadow, RX Girl, Rachel, Mama Mia's here as well. Yeah, it is very strange. And this is one of the photos. This is what they see in the sky. These sort of drones just hovering around in different formations, you know, just flying in the sky at night. There you go. There's another one up there. I don't know. I don't know what these things are. There's a photo of one. What the hell is that? It looks like a helicopter. You can see the landing pads here. That looks like a helicopter or something. Oh, I love pixel guessing. How many pixels are on this screen and what are they? Do you see your mother-in-law? Do you see a Yeti? Or do you see a drone? Which one of the three is on there? It's very strange. Did you get the super chat I sent yesterday? I did not. Hold on, my friend. I can check. We go here. Go here. I can check for you. I can check for you. Go to supers. That's odd. No, my friend, I don't look, sometimes this thing takes a little while to update, but I don't see it. But I take your word for it. I just the last person it's telling me here was Texas Roadrunner from yesterday's live show. That's what it's saying to me. Moonshadow says they are passing laws in Congress to limit drone use. This is a psyop, so they can. Texas Roadrunner says Marfa 2.0 could be. I find it very strange. Our government knows everything. Here, I'll give you an example. You remember when that submarine went missing off the Atlantic coast, like the Titan? Well, the Navy already knew that it had imploded because it had sensitive speaker drone, I don't know what they're called, hydrophone. They had these sensitive, instruments that picked up the implosion way before anyone even knew there was a sub missing. Do you think the nation's military, the Navy, the Air Force, Army, they don't know what's in the sky above them after 9/11? Do you think they just don't have a clue? They're like, there's 400 drones in the sky, and they're like, we can't see them. So if we can't see them on our radar, they don't exist. No, I don't think so. The air defense of the USA went through the absolute roof after 9/11. They changed the way they did things. They communicated internally between different departments more easily. I don't believe that the U.S. Air Force don't know what's in the sky. I think that would be very naive of everyone to believe. This is not something that's like up in, you know, above our atmosphere or something, and you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, they probably don't know. This is in terrestrial, like, airspace. This is like, where airplanes are, and they know what's there. No drones in Austin. You just wait. The drones are coming. They'll be there for you soon. I promise. They'll be there. I don't believe the U.S. military don't know what's in the airspace above everywhere. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know what they are, but the fact that it can now hijack someone else's drone and take control of it is very interesting technology. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get a little thing for you. Hold on. Drone. New Jersey town. Let me just search this. All right.
Just in tonight, the mystery drone sightings lead to new restrictions for parts of New York.
This comes after the FAA issued temporary drone restrictions for nearly 24 towns and cities in New Jersey. But as Alicia Reed reports, there are still questions and calls for transparency.
Drones will now be temporarily banned over parts of New York. Governor Kathy Hochul says the FAA's new restrictions will help protect critical infrastructure in the state. Many of the neighborhoods are near area airports. Earlier Thursday, the FAA banned drones in 22 New Jersey areas until at least January 17th.
The reports keep conflicting, so...
Sightings like this started a month ago in New Jersey, hovering over the skyline and raising eyebrows.
Not everything is clear. Something is hiding something.
Jersey City made the list. The skies were pretty clear on the first night of the ban. Nearly 40 miles away in Bridgewater, our cameras captured what could have been a plane or a drone.
Probably more transparency from what's going on in the first place would be nice.
In nearby Watchung, Mayor Ronald Jubin says sightings have been constant since mid-November.
Hundreds. I see them every night.
He's frustrated his town didn't make the list. Disappointed. He says there's a lack of transparency and communication.
No one reached out to watch on whether we thought that was relevant here.
The FAA, FBI, and Homeland Security have all said the majority of lights in the sky have been misidentified and that there's no threat to the public.
They're basically saying, don't look at the lights in the sky. They're all just weather balloons. Don't look at the weather balloons. They're harmless. And everyone's like, but they got flashing lights. Yes, the new weather balloons have flashing lights. They may also make noises. What do you mean it's a balloon? Yeah, well, these are advanced technology balloons. They may sometimes make noises. They may sometimes not. And they may sometimes look like other aircraft. But don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. Just carry on about your normal daily routine and keep sleeping. Rachel says, yeah, right, misidentified. There's something going on. I don't know what it is, but there is definitely more to it than just there's hundreds of weather balloons out every night. They're all out. They may look like helicopters, but they're just weather balloons. Yeah, I don't think weather balloons make arching patterns in the sky like this and just, do complex patterns. Very strange. I don't know what they're going to do with this. We'll have to wait and see. April B says, I haven't looked up any info on this because it freaks me out. It's too weird for me. Wish they would say something. I've been trying to ignore it, honestly. Yeah, I know. I just find it strange that it's been going on for... It originally started in a different town. I can't remember what town it was, but then it moved to New Jersey, and it's over there, and it's just now over here. Hold on, let me find this other one. Yeah, let's go to The Guardian. The Guardian says, there's rumors abound. Well, I'd hope so. Otherwise, what are people doing with their time? They say, the FBI has received more than 5,000 reported drone sightings in just the last few weeks, with approximately 100 leads generated. The federal government is supporting state and local officials in investigating these reports. Yeah, we put them in the shredder. They say, we have sent advanced detection technology to the region, and we have sent trained visual observers. Do you think there's like a whole division at the FBI, and like their job every day is to know every drone, and they sit there and they're like, what drone is this? It's a Chinese-made HX1 from AliExpress. What is this one? That is a DJI Phantom 3. And that's it. That's what they have to do every day. They have to learn every drone. They say, so far, authorities have been mum. Anything they can see looks like a combination of hobby drones, helicopters, planets, or stars. But on neighbors, made by the company behind Ring surveillance cameras, New Jersey residents are spamming the app used for crime and safety updates with videos of floating orbs and suspicious night lights. Some say they're aliens. Some say they're invading Iranian drones emanating from a mothership off the coast in the Atlantic. Okay. And maybe a top secret weapons testing. Could be all three. Could be all three. I don't know what you guys think. You guys will have to let me know. There you go, the drones. All of the drones. Oh, there you go. All the random pixelated drones. Fireworks drones? Could be. All right, let's get to true crime. Now that everyone's sort of settled in, we don't have to talk about drones anymore. All right, I have a story. I like when we get these. I like when we get success in a cold case, because it tells me that the world is getting a little better, because there's a family out there that doesn't have to wonder anymore. And I'm going to take you over here.
Good afternoon, everyone. We begin with breaking news at 5. An arrest is made in the 1992 murder of Michelle Lawless.
Leon Lamb, known as Michelle's ex-boyfriend and the last person to see her the night she was killed, now faces charges of first-degree murder and armed criminal action. Special Prosecutor Alan Moss tells me a Scott County grand jury indicted Lamb, and he is now in custody in Conway, Arkansas. Moss released a statement saying he took the case to a Scott County grand jury after an 18-month investigation. Moss says Lamb is being held without bond, and he will have more to say about his arrest at a later time. Michelle Lawless was found shot to death in her car parked alongside Interstate 55 back on November 7th, 1992. You'll recall another man was convicted back in 1994, then declared innocent in 2009. Moss and investigator David James told me back in November 2023 they felt like the answer to who killed Michelle would be found in the thousands of pages of reports tied to her case. Again, we can report Leon Lamb is now charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in connection with Michelle Lawless's death. He is currently in custody in Arkansas. We will bring you more on this developing story as it becomes available.
A tale as old as time. An ex-boyfriend arrested many years later for the death of his girlfriend. I feel like we've read this before. There you go. 1992 took them 18 months to reinvestigate the entire case. And apparently they just went soup to nuts. Started at the beginning and broke it all down, and they really wanted an answer. Here's a photo of Mr. Leon Lamb. Could be a relative of Shaun the sheep. We may have to investigate that a little further. They may be related. You know, lamb and sheep, they tend to hang out. Let's see. So there's his photo. I've got more information here. So she was a Missouri teenager. Yeah, Mr. Leon P. Lamb. That really sounds like a character from a kid's TV show. We know the people that put the puppets on the hand. They're like, over here's Leon P. Lamb. They say a woman's ex-boyfriend has been arrested for her murder 32 years after she was found shot to death in her car in Missouri. They say Leon P. Lamb, 52, was charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action for the murder of Michelle Lawless. She died in November 1992 at the age of 19. They say her case was reopened in June 2023 after an 18-month investigation. Investigators had gathered enough evidence to bring an indictment against Lamb. They say the ex-boyfriend was arrested in Conway, Arkansas, and is being held without bond. He was the last person to see her, and the pair had been in an on and off again relationship. Okay, there we go. So she probably wanted to break up with him again. He's a big sook and he can't handle women rejecting him, and decided, oh, I'm just gonna like shoot her or something and then hide her body somewhere because I'm a stupid guy who can't handle women saying no. It says here another man, Josh Kaiser, was charged and convicted for the crime in 1994, but was later acquitted in 2009. He was convicted after Mark Abbott testified he saw him at a payphone near the exit ramp. Several jailhouse witnesses also testified he had confessed to the murder at a party where Chantel Kreider said she saw him arguing with Lawless a week before. That's not a great set of evidence. That's very much almost hearsay and rumors, basically. It's hearsay. Yeah, she's beautiful, right? What a pretty young lady. They say after Kurz's exoneration, Abbott's name was pushed forward as a suspect, as people said he had confessed to the murder, with one witness saying he told him, I took care of that bitch. There you go. That's how he describes women. Lamb was also a suspect early on, as his DNA was found underneath her nails, but he told investigators the pair had sex and she scratched his back. Yes, that's all. That's what I often get people to do when we have sex. I'm like, no, let's not worry about the sex bit. Hey, just scratch my back. It's been real itchy all day. Oh, sexy. He also told investigators that Lawless had left his house in a good mood before she was found dead off the exit highway, or the highway exit. Yeah, she would have been in a good mood from all that back scratching, you know. Lamb also passed a polygraph test. There you go. Don't rely on polygraph. a murderer literally passed one after killing her. They say Alan Moss was named special prosecutor of the case last year. He brought investigator David James out of retirement to help him find the killer. Neither had any ties to the case when they started working it, but were certain they'd find out who they were looking for amongst the thousands of pages in the teen's case file. Yeah, there you go. So she was found by a couple driving off. See, no one spell checks these articles anymore. She was found by a couple driving off I-55 off an exit ramp. Sat her red car with the engine still running and the lights on near the guardrail. So they basically found her in a running car. That's brutal. So he just shot her. There's a crime scene photo. That's how they found it, just next to the barrier, with her inside, unfortunately deceased. Yeah, very young. Blaze says, I wonder what the clue was. That would be an interesting trial to watch. I bet he thought he was going to get away with it. Well, he did for almost 30 years, right? So they found his DNA under her fingernails. And I reckon the only thing that kept him out of jail for 30 years was passing that polygraph. They got to stop relying on polygraph, as some sort of indicator. About the only thing they're good for is, YouTube shows where they catch cheating partners, and then, they're not good at that either. Trying to get a security clearance, and that's about it. They're no good for crimes. Yeah, I feel like the retired detectives are getting bored. They're sitting at home going, if I just had a case file, I just need something to do. I like these programs that bring them back into work part-time, and they can sort of work on it as they want to. I mean, it helps because there's not enough manpower or people power to help the department. So if they can get people back that have years of experience solving cases, sure. I Hit Morning says, yep, Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer, passed lie detector tests as well. And I think that's because they can convince themselves that what they're saying is true. So it doesn't get picked up on the lie detector, as where a normal person would freak out and it would change all their biometrics. And, it works in that case. But the truly evil ones, I don't think it does anything. They're already so convinced of their own, story that they just, don't get picked up. All right, let me see if I can find anything else here. They say here. All right. Okay, that's weird. Let's go here. I love the photos of it. How pretty. They're saying here, Lamb indicted, charged with murder of Michelle Lawless. It's a great photo. They're saying an investigation by the Scott County Special Prosecutor has resulted in the indictment of a Sikeston resident for the murder of Angela Michelle Lawless. They said she was murdered around 1 a.m. Sunday, November 8th, 1992, in the vicinity of the 80-mile marker on the northbound exit ramp of I-55. And they said it's the I-55 in Missouri Highway 77 in Benton/Scott County. They're saying on June 7th, 2023, they appointed that new special prosecutor, and they were trying to track down who was responsible. They're saying, according to a news release issued Friday, December 20, following an 18-month investigation, it was determined that sufficient evidence existed to bring the case before a Scott County grand jury. Based on the evidence presented to the grand jury, an indictment for felony was issued. I think they missed a word there. An indictment for felony murder. There we go. Leon P. Lamb, 52, formerly of Sikeston, has been charged with murder in the first degree. What's armed criminal action? That has to be the firearm, right? armed criminal action. Let's go to Missouri. What does that mean? Armed criminal action offense of any person who commits any felony under the laws of this state by, with, or whatever, aid of a dangerous instrument or deadly weapon is also guilty of the offense of armed criminal action. So basically, it just means he had a firearm and he committed the crime with a weapon. That's what it means. Hey, Snarks. Snark says Crime Weekly. Crime Weekly. Don't know that one. Did some great coverage on this case for anyone interested in a deep dive. Thank you, Snarks. How are you? Good to see you. Where is Sean? I want to see that comment. Oh, Shad said it. Where is it, Gayla? You guys are arguing over internet words, like internet acronyms. Rachel says maybe a way to add an aggravating factor, probably to demonstrate that how severe her death was. Yeah, I agree. So I'm always happy when we get. Well, I feel like every case right now is a genetic genealogy solve for a cold case. So it's nice to see a cold case solved with old-fashioned police work. It really is. And this is one of them, or at least for now it is. Maybe they'll tell us in closer to trial. They'll be like, oh, genetic genealogy did it. Maybe. But hey, always happy to have a cold case no longer be a cold case. Let me see if I can find anything else about her. Michelle Lawless. Yeah, isn't that crazy? A innocent man spent 16 years in prison for the murder. This is him, apparently. This was Josh Kaiser, or Keza. This is him when he was arrested, and that's him when today, when he was released. An older guy. They're saying conversations are swirling in homes and restaurants among so many people across the heartland as word of an arrest in Michelle's case was made. The story has had countless twists and turns, including months following Michelle's murder, sending a teenage boy to prison for the crime for 16 years. They're saying that man, Joshua Kaiser, or we're going to call him that for now, he's now 49 years old, says he still lives every day with the trauma. He says he has studied and investigated the case and written a book about it, and is now an advocate for justice reform and others who he believes are innocent. He says, I'm attempting to navigate this. I felt numb for hours. I hate this case. It should be noted. Thanks for that. It should be noted that I walked away from it recently because I want it to be over and I want to work on reform and help others. Since my exoneration and release, I've advocated on the behalf of the justice Michelle Lawless and her family deserves. I've deprioritized my trauma to focus on hers and theirs because they deserve better. He said, Joshua said many people have reached out to him saying they believe Scott County is targeting another innocent man. He shares their concerns. If Lamb is guilty, he deserves everything coming to him. However, Joshua does not believe that to be the case. He says, I believe James, the special investigator assigned to her case and behind the charges brought against Lamb, have demonstrated deliberate indifference towards actual justice for Michelle and the Lawless family and an unhealthy and unjustified fixation on Lamb. He noted that he suggested people read The Murder of Angela Michelle Lawless, An Honest Sheriff and the Exoneration of Innocent Man by Stephen R. Snodgrass. That's an interesting last name. Snodgrass. What did you do to have to get that last name? They say Joshua C. So that's his book. That's his book. I can't say I've ever read that one. I might, though. They say, weigh what's in the book and decide for yourself on who killed Michelle. They're saying In 1993, I was indicted and charged, and in 1994, I was convicted. 16 years after the fact, I was proven innocent. The presumption of innocence is a fundamental principle of the US justice system. It means that the accused is presumed innocent until the government proves their guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Lamb is owed the presumption of innocence. The lawless family in the Southeast Missouri are owed transparency. Michelle is owed the justice she deserves. I agree. She is. Hopefully they got it right this time and they have a good enough case. Well, it went to grand jury and they seem to agree with the evidence. So, but I feel very bad for him. Yeah, wrongfully convicted and spent a lot of his youth inside of jail for a crime he didn't commit, a crime that he had nothing to do with. That is a hard life for anyone. I don't I don't I don't think you'd wish that on anyone. Imagine that, sitting in a jail cell, knowing that you didn't do the crime, and somehow everyone in your city or town believes that you did it. And even the judge, the jury, they all believe you're guilty of a crime that you did not commit. They say, Rachel, I agree, it isn't justice when the wrong person is convicted. Yes, I agree too. Hopefully this is the real guy now. This Shaun the Sheep's cousin, Leon P. Lamb. Let's see if we can find anything else about Mr. Leon P. Lamb. Interesting last names in this particular story. We have Snodgrass and Lamb. Sounds like a indie punk band. Snodgrass and Lamb playing at the next Coachella. Let me see if I can find anything else here. Let's go to Fox 23.
And we begin with breaking news. A man is now charged in connection with a well-known Scott County murder case. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Holly Brantley. Michelle Lawless was brutally murdered, found near the Benton overpass in 1992. Well, late this afternoon, we learned Leon Lamb, an on-again, off-again boyfriend of Lawless, was charged with first-degree murder. A federal grand jury issued the warrant following an 18-month investigation. Lamb was arrested today in Conway, Arkansas. He is currently being held without bond. This is a case that has rocked Southeast Missouri for 3 decades. It's our now top story tonight.
A beautiful young woman with a fiery spirit found brutally murdered near the Benton exit on November 8, 1992. For 32 years, authorities have searched for answers. Most recently, the case put in the hands of Special Prosecutor Alan Moss and Special Investigator David James. The pair telling us in August they are trying to right the wrongs of the past after Josh Keezer was convicted of the killing and then exonerated. They seek to bring the right person to justice, telling us they spent months getting all the records into one place, conducting more than 80 interviews. After 18 months, Friday, announcing the arrest of Leon Lamb, a man Michelle Lawless wrote about in her diary, known as an on-again, off-again boyfriend, and one of the last people to previously admit seeing her alive. It is the latest break in the case with multiple twists and turns after 30-plus years, drawing national attention, including segments on 48 Hours Mystery and a podcast known as The Lawless Files, a quest for answers that has had Scott County on edge. Investigators previously on the case telling us Michelle had been out with friends in Sikeston before she was killed, recalling signs of a struggle, and somehow she ended up back in her car, shot multiple times. To this day, people in Scott County say this case still strikes a nerve, and they are anxious for it to be solved. Stay with Fox 23 for updates.
To leave her there as well on the side of the road for another couple to come across and just discover her remains it's cruel, not just to the victim, but to the people who had to witness that and then figure out what the hell's going on and not know if their lives were in danger either. Who's to say there's not a gunman hiding nearby? I think their first few minutes upon coming to that car would have been terror. They wouldn't have known what was going on. Sorry, guys. Muffin is being an absolute jerk. He is lying right behind me, right behind my back here, and he will not move under any circumstance. Like, I can't put my back properly because he wants the area. Muffin, why don't you help Dad out and let Dad have the seat? Oh, he's now biting me. Muff, I know, you don't want to move. I know. He does not want to move. Oh, buddy. He is like killing my back by having to do it this way. He's a jerk of a cat right now. Yeah, I know. Buddy, we're gonna have to get you your own chair, okay? You can't live under Dad's back for the next 20 years because I'll need spinal surgery. All right. All right. Hey, how about we give away a hoodie? How about we do that since it took me a couple of hours to figure out all these names? Why don't we do that while we're having a bit of a break for a second? Let's go here. So this is for people who did a super chat. So if you did a super chat anytime between, yeah, I'm going to put Mamma Mia in here, but I can't see her donation, but I'm going to do it anyway. Mamma Mia, does she here? Does she know how many entries she did? I'm just going to give her 2 entries. If it's more than that, she can sue me. All right. There we go. All right. We have to make these randomized. We have to shuffle. See, we have to do this. We have to go shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Otherwise, there'll just be huge chunks of some people's names. All right. Oh, there we go. That looks random enough. All right. Are you all ready? Are you all ready? I can't hear you. We're on the internet. That's why. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's see who wins. This is for the super chats and super thanks. All right, here we go. Lindy, Caroline is going to be so mad. She would have seen her name almost come up. That's happened twice. It happened to one yesterday too. Lindy, thank you very much for always being a great supporter of Nights with Ping. I appreciate it. And no, it's all right. Don't worry about it. It is fine. It is all good. Don't worry. It's fine. Don't be too upset if you didn't win one now. I'll explain more tomorrow. But yeah, congratulations to Lynn D. And thank you to all the people on this list that supported the channel between, I think it was late October to about now. So Lynn D, I will contact you. I have your email. I'm waiting till everyone has been drawn and then I'll contact everyone together just so I'm not getting like random emails from all 3 people. Robbie T, you'll get an email once we draw the final one tomorrow. But thank you to all these people like Carolina, RX Girl, Mamma Mia, Vicky K, Danny M, Glitter. Who else do we have on here? RX Girl, thank you very much. JS the Cat, Peekaboo, Lisa Foster, Kathy Lynch. How could I forget Kathy Lynch? Andrew Says is on here. Who else? Sean's on here. Did I miss one? Amy L. Texas Roadrunner, the Thoris. I hope I'm not missing any people. Just let me scan through it. I think we got most people. Andrew Says, Kathy Lynch. Any names I don't recognize? I think, yeah. There we go. So, Merry Christmas to you, Lindy. There you go. We'll get that out to you. You should have it in the new year sometime. There'll be yeah, so we'll see. I'll send you instructions on what to do, and you guys can pick color, size. Robbie T gets to pick the first design of the 3 that are 2 that are available, and she she'll get the first choice. So you'll get the second one, but you can pick color, size, that type of thing. So congratulations, Lynn D. Lynn D, congratulations. There's a couple of Easter eggs in the hoodie that I haven't shown anyone yet. So tell me when you get it if you can find them. Yeah, congratulations, Lynn D. Congratulations. So the two winners so far have been Robbie T and Lynn D. So congratulations to you. Hey Maureen, how are you, my friend? There we go. 2 down, 1 to go. Tomorrow night we are doing the membership one. So if you have a membership to this channel, you'll be going to the running for the final hoodie, the final one. And we don't sell these, so these are a one-off. We don't merchandise them. They were designs that I made, and that's it. That's it. They're not going to be remade. So even if we did do merchandise down the road, we wouldn't use these designs. These are yeah, just one of one. They won't be repeated. So there you go. Lindy says I never win anything. Well, now you have. Now you have. You won something from Ping. Congratulations. Thank you very much for helping out. It means a lot. All right. We have more stories for you if I can load them up. So I came across this story and I'm like, what? What is this? What do people do with knives? This one. Fresh mystery over nightmare case of family of 5 tortured by masked intruders with hot knives and forks. Can people not get firearms? Like, are they not available? Why was there no guns available? They say the investigation into a traumatizing home invasion where a family was tortured with searing hot knives has taken a new turn as cops revealed a new arrest is imminent. The woman's name is Marcela Morales. Her husband Arturo and their 3 children and a friend of their daughters were attacked by a gang of masked intruders at their home in Harnett County on Father's Day weekend in June. The ordeal began around 2 a.m. on Saturday, June 15. When the family were in their garage with the door open, they were bound with duct tape, held at knife point, and tortured in what cops later called the most horrific scenes they had ever encountered. 3 suspects were arrested in October, but authorities now believe a 4th person may have been involved. According to the captain, Joseph Webb, he says, "We are in the process of filing charges on one other suspect and should have warrants before Christmas." Despite the new leads, Webb admitted that authorities still have several unanswered questions and cannot say what a motive might have been. 3 suspects are already in custody. Christopher Richardson, 22, Isaiah Speed, 25, and a 17-year-old juvenile. All face charges including first-degree burglary, robbery with a dangerous weapon, kidnapping, possession of stolen property, and assault with a deadly weapon. Why would you heat up a knife and fork and then try and rob someone? What is this, a horror movie? It literally sounds like something from a horror movie. Let me see if I can find. I want to see more about this because I don't know who on God's green earth would decide that is a great idea. Here we go. Robbery. Like who thought that? I don't know who would have thought up that idea to target someone's home. It's horrifying. It really is. Arrest made in Harnett County. Yep. Let's go here.
There's a family in Harnett County. They're recovering now after they were duct taped and burned with heated forks and knives during a home invasion. It's unthinkable. Now authorities say the people responsible for this torturous home invasion are behind bars. Only on WREL, Sheriff Wayne Coates talks with our Gilbert Bays about the arrests.
Well, Sheriff Wayne Coates says this has been a tough case for his department, but now they have 2 suspects behind bars, 2 adults and 1 juvenile.
Nobody deserves to be treated the way this family was treated and tortured.
Investigators say the horrific crime in June took place inside this home near Cameron. 5 family members enjoying a warm summer night were rounded up, duct taped inside the home, and tortured with hot metal objects.
Took hot butter knives and heated them up on the stove, it looks like, and then just stuck them to the bodies, trying to find out where money was at.
25-year-old Isaiah Speed, 22-year-old Christopher Richardson, and a 17-year-old juvenile faced a slew of charges, including first-degree burglary, second-degree kidnapping, and assault with a deadly weapon.
I think we've all touched like hot things before. Like we've touched the stove or a frying pan or whatever. We all know how much that hurts. Imagine being like having a fork or a knife heated up on a gas stove and then touched on your skin. That would be excruciating. These people, I mean, that's horrific. Horrible. I know they survived, but they're gonna probably have those burn imprints on them for a long time. I don't think they will go away easily. So they'll always have a reminder of the crime that was committed against them. I know, right? Just cruel. I wonder if they knew them. Well, let's find out.
Their getaway car that was parked near the scene of the crime was recovered in Durham. The sheriff wouldn't go into details, but says technology used by several law enforcement agencies across the state led to the arrests. The sheriff says the family is happy they're off the streets. Wayne, you talked with the family. How are they doing?
This family was tortured so bad, they're never going to get over it. It's something they're going to have to live with a long time, and these arrests hopefully is going to help them heal.
So one of the suspects is in the Orange County Detention Center. The other is being held in Detroit, and the juvenile is in the custody of juvenile authorities. In Harnett County, Gilbert Bays, WREL News.
I don't even know what to say, except not sure I've heard of a more cruel way to hurt people. That's indescribable. It really is horrific. Let's see if I can find anything else. If I can get back to my original link. Yeah, here, let's go here. That's their property. That's the mom there of the 3 children. And the 3 kids had to witness it. It's not just about attacking the adults, the children were there too. They said here, the intruders are believed to have staked out the home before storming in and launching their vicious assault. They put a knife and fork on top of the stove and heated it up. They just started sticking it to their bodies. They were trying to get them to tell them where the money and guns were. Despite their efforts, the attackers reportedly found nothing of value in the home. After ransacking the property, they then fled in 2 stolen vehicles, leaving the family injured and traumatized. According to the sheriff, the methods of torture are the worst he has seen in his career. I agree. What else? I can't think of too much worse. They say here, according to the family, the sister says, words cannot describe the pain and devastation that our family is experiencing right now. My sister and her family unit are suffering physically, emotionally, and mentally. Our extended family and close friends are devastated. There's a photo of these people. Isaiah Speed, 26, arrested in Detroit, Michigan on October 2nd. And Christopher Richardson, 22. You are some very sick individuals, both of you. Apparently, a neighbor told WRAL he has since installed security cameras at his home because of the incident. He says, I thought I was the security, but now what? I thought I was the security? Okay. But now I have a camera. According to the sheriff, the family was tortured so badly they're never going to get over it. It's something they're going to have to live with for a long time. I agree. They say Speed and Richardson's cases are still pending, but Richardson has a disposition hearing scheduled for January 20. It's unclear if they have entered any pleas at this time. The plea should be, please don't beat the absolute crap out of me. That's what it should be. That's what the plea should be, because that's all you deserve. By the way, I just had to see this. Anytime we can have a shark doing something abnormal, we like to see it on this channel. Apparently, this shark ate a crocodile in Australia. I have to see that. Let's see, where is it? Let's watch this video for a second. A shark eating a crocodile. Two national icons of Australia. Looks like a bull shark. It's not a bull shark. Like a reef shark or something? Wow, that crocodile had to be dead. Oh no, it's alive. Or was alive. Jeez, that's a hungry shark. That shows you, like, that's only just off the beach, and that giant shark is just there. Shows you they can be anywhere at any time. Well, goodbye, shark. I don't know what kind of shark that is, but he's very hungry. Yeah, that's brutal. Sorry, I saw that on the sidebar, and I was like, I have to see that. I don't know why a shark would attack a crocodile. Crocodile must have been, I don't know, very ill. Yeah, let's see. Vandalized. Okay. All right. I want to see more about this. GoFundMe came in Morales' sister. All right. So that's her. That's her. See if we can go back to July 20 or whatever it was. Back earlier. No, that doesn't work. I was hoping to find like the original video that they came out with. All right, let's search this phrase. No, I don't see a ton. Even when I search their names, not a lot pops up. Maybe because it was a very county specific. Let's look for Isaiah Rashan Speed. Actually, he had a initial court appearance on the 10th of October. Are these all for him? Look at this. I don't know if these are all for him on PACER, but sworn before a magistrate, Isaiah. He has a bit of a history. December 3rd. So it looks like his latest court update was October 27, waiting on a schedule hearing. And he was indictment. Here, can we see this? Oh, we have to buy it on PACER. So he was arrested October 9. That's that one there. And minute entry for in-person processing. Hearing set for the 15th to the 10th. They did that on the 15th down here. Warrant for arrest return executed. That's for his arrest for the home invasion. Ends of justice as to his eyes being right next to excluded. Signed by the magistrate. So these are just initial documents for this particular case. Sounds like they're still trying to get him back to the state. And then he's got another hearing early January 2020. Sometimes they do. Yeah, depends what they're doing, but yeah, you see it in Florida too. People pick them up. I've seen people pick up sharks in Florida, and like little tiny ones, or they're fishing and one comes to shore chasing a fish they had. I've seen that happen a few times. So January 20 is probably the next time we'll hear anything about this, but I don't know. Do you feel like they're not going to get a very long sentence? Like, they could have done anything, but they're still gonna be charged with the same crime, right? Like robbery, breaking into, home invasion. But their methods of doing that home invasion almost feels like they deserve harsher charges. I mean, brutal. Imagine that, heating up a knife and a fork and touching someone's skin. Ugh. Horrific. I can't think of any other word. All right. Don't have anything new on that one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna open this one. This one's from Angela. What is this, Angela? The Christmas market killer. Okay. We're talking about it yesterday. The guy who drove through through the market in Germany. Apparently, he had threatened to slaughter innocent people months before the horror car attack, which left 5 people and 205 people injured. Really is horrific as well. It's very sad to happen right before Christmas as well. Considering Germany already had something similar to this, that's why they changed the laws and they had to have security bollards installed at all markets across Germany because it had happened many years ago. I think it was 2017 or something, and they changed some regulations to make sure that people would be better protected at these markets. But they believe the way this guy got in was through a lane that was open for emergency vehicles. So the bollards did nothing to stop him because he just drove through where police and ambulances are supposed to access the market. So it didn't help. Let me show you this. Let me go here. I don't want to use this one. Yeah, let's go here.
Developing story out of Germany where the death toll from the Christmas market attack has risen to 5 people. Among those killed is a 9-year-old.
So let's go live to Nine's Europe correspondent, Hannah Sinclair. Hannah, good morning to you. What do we know about the suspect?
Good morning again, guys. Well, a local media is referring to the suspect as Taleb A 50-year-old psychiatrist who has expressed anti-Islam views online and also praised far-right politicians. The doctor's originally from Saudi Arabia but has lived in Germany for almost 2 decades now. The country's interior minister describing him as Islamophobic, and there are reports that Saudi authorities warned their German counterparts about the suspect multiple times and had requested his extradition 16 years ago. The prosecutor on the case says a motive hasn't been determined yet, but that dissatisfaction with the treatment of Saudi Arabian refugees in Germany could be a factor. The public prosecutor also says the suspect could soon face multiple charges of murder and attempted murder. Police raided a home overnight in Bernburg where the suspect had been living and working about 50 kilometres from the scene. Now, a vigil has just been held at a church in the city to pay respects to the hundreds of victims injured when that car ploughed into crowds at the busy Christmas market. It comes after dozens of people spent the day laying flowers, including German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, who has called on the community to come together at this difficult time. Authorities say 41 people are still fighting for life at 15 different hospitals. The Christmas market at Magdeburg has now been shut down, and
I'm gonna stop it there because it gave us the update that we wanted. I hope no more people die in their recovery. They're saying there's still a few people that are in very serious condition. I hope we get a Christmas miracle where they all survive their surgeries and stuff like that. He had 48,000 followers online. I don't get it. I don't get it. To go get your car and drive through drive through a market, you have to be crackers. You really do. Yeah. So that, yeah, we'll see what happens with this in the coming days. Hope no more incidents leading up to Christmas, and we can all have a very peaceful, quiet Christmas. No more attacks, no more, people being stupid. Let me take you over here. Let's go to, don't like to use this one, but okay. All right. Let's go to WFAA. Let me just pause that. So they say in North Texas, detectives uncover, identify human remains in a backyard. Suspect charged with murder. They're saying a 60-year-old Don Edward Bullard was already in custody in the Denton County Jail on unrelated charges. They say a man has been charged with murder after human remains were found in a backyard in Denton. They say the police said the arrest marks the end of a 5-year investigation into the whereabouts of 41-year-old Angelique Yvonne Hadaway. They say Don Edward Bullard, he's 60, has been charged with her murder. In April 2019, a family member reported her missing to police. During the investigation, detectives had learned that no family members had spoken with her since January. They say Bullard shared a home with her in the 500 block of North Mayhill Road and was believed to be the last person to see her alive. He was questioned by police several times during the multi-year search for her and consistently stated he did not know her whereabouts. Then on September 10th, 2024, Denton PD was contacted about possible human remains buried behind his home. The department executed a search warrant and recovered the human remains in the backyard, and also including some of her personal items were also recovered. They say Hadaway was positively identified December 17, and her DNA was compared against samples from family members. Bullard was already in custody in Denton County Jail on unrelated charges when an arrest warrant was issued in connection with the murder. They're saying his bond has not been set yet for the murder charge at this time. Wow, what a jerk. Told them he didn't know where they were, didn't know where she got to. She just ran away, disappeared into thin air. So happens, no, she's in your backyard and you buried her. I mean, I'm going to show you a photo of her. Here's a photo of Angelique. That's the official photo they're giving out. And what does it say here? How very sad. They said that Angelique had advanced MS and needed a wheelchair or walker to get around. So not only did you kill, I don't know what their relationship was. I'm guessing some sort of a couple. Not only did you kill a woman you lived with, but you killed a person who has been handed a very hard, deal in life by having MS. It's not an easy disease. It affects people differently. Some people advance very quickly, some advance very slowly. Some can have medication, some can't. And you decided to not only take her from this world before her time, but do it in a very cruel way and then bury her in the backyard like some sort of rodent you killed, and you're just like, oh, I need to bury it before it smells. And you buried her in the backyard. How awful. They're saying the search of the property did find her human remains and items known to belong to her. The court records show that Bullard had been booked into jail on December 16 for unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon and a drug charge. The latest arrest is the fourth time he's been booked into Denton County Jail just this year. He was arrested in June and September for trespassing and in January for unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. So he seems to not learn his lesson because he was busted with a firearm again. There's a photo of Don Edward Bullard Jr., according to Denton PD. I'm glad they found her. I'm glad they finally were able to. Ping, you got to take down the photo. Hold on, guys. Come on. There we go. There you go. There's a photo of Mr. Don Edward Bullard Jr., the man responsible, allegedly, for taking her from this world. Yeah, it sounds like he was booked in on a holding charge. MS is a terrible disease. Yeah, we have a family member who has MS, and it's been terrible to see that person degrade very slowly over a number of years. And you know, it'd be nice to, you always wonder what their life could have been maybe if they didn't have MS. Like it stole a portion of his life from him. So Jojo says he looks like a Halloween decoration. He looks like generic bad guy number 7 in an action movie. That's what his title would be in the credits. Generic bad guy. It is a terrible thing, yes. I'm glad he was in custody too, but it does sound like it was a holding charge. Sounds like they just held him on some random charge, whatever they could get him for, until they could build the evidence to get him for the murder charge. And there's a photo of her. According to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, Angelique Hadaway. Let's see if we can find anything from when she originally went missing. Not a lot done on her. That's very strange. Not one day ago. We want to go back like 5 years or something? Let's have a look. There's not a lot about her, even from years ago. How strange. Yeah. Not a lot of articles or anything. Like when I'm looking here, the first article I have is only from like the last 24 hours. I can't find anything from when she originally went missing. That's very strange. Oh, Muffin, yes, thank you, move. Bye. Bye, cat, bye. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Muffin. Oh, my back feels so much better. Silly cat. I'm glad he's taking a break. He's going to go somewhere else. I don't know where he's going to go. Hopefully not back here to my chair. Sean says each year at school we had the MS Readathon. Oh yeah, we had that when we were kids too, where if you read a certain amount of books or something. Hold on. All right, sorry. Actually, he took off to go drink water. He's like, he's too hot from being next to Dad. All right. Let's see, Jefferson County. All right. So glad we had a resolution to that one. Although very sad, I can't find anything from which you originally went missing. Cat, I swear to God. I swear to Cat. I swear to Cat. Hold on, guys. Come on. Oh. Come on. Hey? You're gonna go back. You're not going back behind Dad's back. You're not doing it. Hey, Dad's back is so sore. Come on, just lie here with Dad. There you go. You can help me do the show, all right? Can you read stories? Can you make jokes? No? I don't know what use you are. Just look very pretty and very fluffy. All right, let's go here. Let's go here. Man charged. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to load the pages. There we go. Let's go. This guy, Manchester man, turns himself in after police say he stabbed his father 50 times. 50 times. I like that he's wearing his prison greens. All right. His name is Jeffrey. I can't even pronounce that. Geode? I will find out. It's probably nothing like that. Let's find out.
A man is charged with first-degree murder after police say he turned himself in to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, saying he killed his father. According to police, 41-year-old Jeffrey Godey stabbed his father 50 times on Wednesday in a house they shared. The autopsy revealed broken bones and trauma to his father's head and back. Police say Godey later turned himself in at the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Hillsborough, saying he made a mistake. Godey's court date has not yet been set.
The second.
Yeah, he is a little bit goaty. I think it's a good descriptive for him. They're like, oh, look at that guy over there. They're like, what, that guy that stabbed his dad 50 times? Yeah. He looks a little goaty. Yeah, he does look a little goaty. There you go. He just looks like one of those guys that probably would stab you 50 times. He definitely has the crazy, not the eyes, but he has the stare, right? He looks like he's going to kill that camera. He's very freaky. They say a Manchester man is facing a first-degree murder charge after police said he stabbed his father 50 times on Wednesday in their shared home. They said St. Louis County prosecutors charged 41-year-old Jeffrey Godey, here's a little Godey, with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. Oh, there's that armed criminal action again. He's being held in the St. Louis County jail without bond. That's probably a good idea not to give him any bond. They say police identified the father as 75-year-old Edward Godey Jr. They said, according to a police affidavit, he turned himself into the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Hillsborough, stating, I made a mistake, I committed a crime, and I want to turn myself in. Did he next pull down his pants and, put himself over the captain's knee and said, spank me 20 times? They say court records state that Manchester police conducted a welfare check at the home. It's in the 100 block of Baxter Heights. Police say in a probable cause statement that when they entered the home, officers noticed a strong smell of bleach. Police said they found his father dead in the kitchen with apparent stab wounds. While searching the home, police said they found a kitchen knife in the trash can near the victim's body. That because you're like, oh, I finished killing someone, I'll put the murder weapon in the trash, so the police can find it easily. I don't want them to cut themselves on a murder weapon, so I'll put it somewhere they can locate quickly. They say an autopsy conducted on Thursday showed the father had numerous injuries, including 50 stab wounds, broken bones, and signs of strangulation, and blunt force trauma to his head and back. A court date so far has not been set. Apparently, the father was one of two men killed in separate incidents in St. Louis County on Wednesday. In Overland, a 29-year-old man was taken into custody after fatally shooting his father. On Thursday, the suspect in the Overland shooting was released from custody and no charges have been filed. I need to know more about that. Why did they? That's interesting. We need to know more about that. Son accused of killing father in Overland. All right.
Say a St. Louis County man shot and killed his father early this morning in Overland. This happened on Holtwood Road, just off Midland Boulevard. First Alert 4 Shoshana Stahl has the latest from police. She also spoke to a neighbor about the suspect and the victim.
You could see behind me here, there's still crime scene tape up at this house on Holtwood. Police tell me the shooting happened early Wednesday morning where a son shot and killed his father.
Not something that you want happening right next door to you. It just breaks your heart.
Crystal Lee lives just 2 houses away from where that shooting happened.
I was dazed for a minute. I was kind of bewildered. It took me a second, and when I came upstairs, I was trying to get dressed and everything, And I said, it was that kid, wasn't it?
She says the son moved back in with his parents recently, and neighbors constantly heard arguing.
Any little thing would set him off. He'd be screaming at the tops of his lungs.
Overland police say officers responded to a shooting on Holtwood around 1 a.m. on Wednesday. The 29-year-old son was taken into custody after police say he shot his father multiple times.
Apparently there was some, verbal altercation, and it at some point escalated to where a gun was pulled out and the father was shot.
Lee says she's called police before to report the arguments. Chief Mackey encourages people to call 911 so they can respond, but says sometimes their hands are tied.
There is some kind of domestic situation where, no one wants to really do anything. We can still provide information on where they can get resources to, for counseling, orders of protection, things of that nature.
Father was a very even-keeled gentleman, very nice, respectful. I never think I've ever heard him raise his voice.
The suspect's mom was home at the time, but was not injured.
She has neighbors that love her and care about her, that are going to support her no matter what.
This is the second homicide in Overland this year. In Overland, Shoshana Stahl, First Alert 4.
And we can tell you that suspect is being held but has not yet been charged.
Twice a week after school, a group of MacArthur teens.
Oh no, guys, I read a comment that said I'm mean to Muffin. Oh no, he's been doing this for about a week. He's been doing this since we got home. This is not a today thing. This is a since Monday or since Tuesday when he came home. He just won't get out of my chair. He's taken off for now, but yeah. No, this isn't. If this was a one-time thing, of course I'd let him. But this has been a 18 hours a day type thing. And then when I go to bed, he comes to bed with me now too, which he never did before. He follows me all the way to bed to the bedroom too. He's being very hyper clingy. What? Yeah, I love him, but not when he does this. I know. He's a daddy's boy. He loves. I wish he'd just sleep on my lap. Why can't he sleep on my lap? If he could sleep in my lap on the computer, that's fine. But he likes to sleep in the ball of my back on the back here, right under there, and it's so painful. I know he does. I don't know where'd he go now? Oh, he's right here. He's still here. Hey, Marv, what are you doing? Oh, that's a much better sleeping position, buddy. I think you should stay there. Hey, is that better? He's been a little funny since we came home. Since we came home, he just I don't know. I don't know what it is. He follows me around and he's very clingy. He wants to sleep on, next to, or under Dad constantly. Yeah, he went to the bathroom earlier today. I turn around, there's a cat there. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm surprised if we have a shower later, he'll be like just sitting at the screen watching the water going like this. So he's been a little insecure since going to the cattery, unfortunately. He's been a little just scared we're going to take him back, I think. He's like, Dad, don't take me back. I don't want to go to the cattery. I don't like it there. There's weird cats. The lady doesn't know how to make my food right. And no one pats me enough. And, no one tells me I'm a good-looking boy. No one gives me enough compliments anymore. Yeah, we have a chair that's here. You guys can't see it. We're gonna set that up and see if he will sleep on it, because he can't sleep under my back all the time. It's caning my back. But hopefully he'll sleep next to me on a different chair. We'll see. Separation anxiety. Yeah, well, actually, the time that we went to Tasmania, he's never been away that long. He's been away for a night before, and he went to the hospital for 4 days before. But this is the longest time that he's been fully separated from us. Angela says, hey, Hades sleeps on my left shoulder, sort of over my chest and arm. It's horrible sometimes. Muffin doesn't do that, but Rory does that to Mrs. Ping. Rory will sleep on her face. Rory will sleep on her chest. Rory like smothers her sometimes. It's funny. I wake up in the middle of the night and instead of having a partner, I've got a cat. I'm like, oh, you've got very hairy overnight. What's going on? Separation anxiety, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try another chair for him and see if that helps him. April B says he loves you so much. I know. Hey? Hey? Just saying I'm being mean to you. You are the most spoilt cat I think I've ever known. He gets spoilt severely, so. Sean says I had that issue too. Oh, really? That is very interesting. But yeah, so he's not been acting like himself since he went to the cattery. Shad said, Sean is with you guys are having conversation. Yeah. So no, not being mean to him. Just more like frustration that we can't find a happy medium for him where it's not going to impede me from doing what I have to do and he can be happy sleeping. So, but he seems happy right now. He's sleeping next to me now. That's a much better position, buddy. Hey, that's a much better position. He'll probably bite me again. He's like, that's not what I want. Okay. What else do we have on my list of stuff? We have a list of stuff. Oh, actually, this broke. I don't know if this is interesting to you guys, but I'm always concerned when I hear of Navy pilots being shot down. I saw an, is it NPR, NQR? What do you call it? NPR? Yeah. 2 US Navy pilots shot down over the Red Sea in apparently friendly fire incident. I hope they're both okay. It says here two US Navy Why did it mute? For what reason? Why is it doing this? Giving you silent treatment? Why did it mute all of a sudden when I changed the page? I don't know. I don't understand why that just muted when I changed the page. What is going on with StreamYard again? I didn't do anything. All I did was change to a page. StreamYard has some funny quirks sometimes. It really does. Ask Muffin. Muffin pulled the plug. Maybe it was him. I was talking about this jet. It got lost in a friendly fire incident. Here, two U.S. Navy pilots shot down over Red Sea in apparently friendly fire incident, according to the U.S. military. It says both pilots were recovered alive after ejecting from their stricken aircraft, with one suffering minor injuries. I don't know how you friendly fire each other in an aircraft. Sort of like a Tom and Jerry situation where they meet up in the middle. I don't know. They're saying the US military has conducted many airstrikes targeting Yemen's rebels at the time, though they did not elaborate on what their mission was and did not immediately respond to questions from the Associated Press. The FA-18 shutdown had just flown off the deck of the USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier. Oh, so that's what I was showing you. This is the F-18. This one. I thought this was like the brand new one, but I don't think it is, right? It's the F-35 that's the new one. That's pretty cool, though. I think that's an older model, if I'm correct. It's a supersonic jet. Let's see. What year? So they were made from 1995 to 1997. They made over 600 of them. So no, they're saying they were manufactured 1995 to present. Wait, what does that mean then? Oh, okay. So they were manufactured by McDonnell Douglas, and then they got transferred to Boeing. Don't think Boeing needs any more bad press right now. But apparently there's over 632 of them made since 1995. So there you go. It's not the new one. The new one is the, pretty sure it's the F-35. I did, yeah. I saw the little thing come up on my desktop. The light went on the mic. The light on the mic went off. This doesn't make any sense. I unmuted via StreamYard, but it doesn't, I can't unmute on StreamYard, then unmute, like, I can't tap a button to make that light come back on. I have to do this. Accidentally touched it. Odd. Very strange. Possibly. Odd. Anyway, friendly fire. I don't know. Someone's going to be very mad that they lost two. How much do these things cost? Millions, right? What's the cost of it? It's got to be like, 50 million each or something. Advanced Super Hornet. Just tell us the cost. Avionics. No, we don't want avionics. We want, how much do these things cost? $2.9 billion for 24 of them. So how much is that? Here, 2.9. That's 1,000, 100,000, million, 29 million, 290 million, 2.9 billion. Okay, divided by 24. They cost around $120 million each. That is a lot of money for some aircraft. 120 million per aircraft. Very expensive accident. Yeah. You're looking at $250 million just went into the Red Sea. And I don't know if they can recover them, if they work again, if you get them out of the water. I have no idea if they ever fly again. Yeah, lots. That's pocket change. 120 million bucks. Someone's not getting a promotion in 2025. Someone's going to be cleaning a lot of toilets on the aircraft carrier for a couple of years. You ditch a an F-18, you're probably in the bad books of the command. They're probably happy you're alive, but they're probably very unhappy that you lost 2 planes. Let's see. That's not a good thing. All right, let's see if we can find anything else about it. That's brutal. Yeah, 1 hour ago, this news broke. Let's go to 13 News now, see if they have anything.
Tonight, in just the last hour, we're learning that 2 U.S. Navy pilots were shot down over the Red Sea in an apparent friendly fire incident. Officials say the U.S. military was conducting airstrikes targeting Yemen's Houthi rebels at the time. A statement from Central Command says that the aircraft shot down was a 2-seat FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jet out of Naval Air Oceana. Both pilots were recovered alive, with one suffering from minor injuries. Political experts say this recent incident underlines just how dangerous the Red Sea corridor has become after a year of ongoing attacks between the Yemen's Houthi rebels. We'll be sure to update you as we get more information on this incident.
Grant Holloway is still working in his track.
There you go. You can hear Top Gun. Danger Zone. Dun, 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 dun. Gale says they'll go get the electronics and other bits so enemies can't. Yeah, I heard sometimes they blow them up if they lose them. So if they lose them, they'll bomb them. So other countries can't like tear them down and reverse engineer them. They'll literally destroy their own aircraft. I can hear Top Gun. All right. I think I'm out of stories. I think I'm just about out for tonight. Let me double check. I might have one more. Yeah, this one. They say a suspect is dead after an hours-long standoff in Lewis County. There's his photo. His name is Chadwick Kelly. Chadwick Kelly. He might have the crazy eyes. He might. They're saying one person is dead, another hurt after a standoff in Lewis County. They said the county sheriff got a report from the Quincy Police Department asking deputies to find 33-year-old Chadwick Kelly of Quincy. They said Kelly had an outstanding probation warrant from the Illinois Department of Corrections. In 2015, he went to prison for home invasion with a firearm. He was sentenced to 23 years, and he was granted parole in July of this year. A hang-up call was received by 911 from 213 North 3rd Street in LaBelle, Missouri. Deputies and officers with the Missouri State Highway Patrol responded and found a female in distress inside the home. Kelly's vehicle was also there. The sheriff's office said preliminary reports showed there had been a physical assault at the home and the woman was being held against her will. The woman managed to escape and had visible signs of injury. At that point, police said Kelly barricaded himself in the home and was believed to be armed. Negotiators from the Missouri State Highway Patrol were called in to help. During negotiations, the Highway Patrol said Kelly fired several shots from inside the residence towards officers. After several hours, Kelly ran from the home armed with a gun and opened fire. The Lewis County coroner was called to the scene, and Kelly was pronounced dead. One worker at a nearby Casey's said police asked her to close the store for safety's sake. They said, I ain't ever seen a SWAT team active. I've not seen a bomb robot. I ain't seen any of that. And I was literally scared. She also said, I could hear gunshots like they were so close. Like we were just so close. It was bad. A situation thought I would never see in a little small town. Police are now looking for Kelly's wife, Brittany. She was last seen on December 14. Let's see if we can find Chadwick Kelly. Let's look for Brittany. Brittany Kelly. Brittany. So I have a photo of her here, actually.
Now, the family of the suspect's wife, Brittany Kelly, isn't losing hope after police say she hasn't been seen in a week. Her father says he never met Chadwick Kelly after the two got married late this spring. He says the last time he heard from his daughter was this summer, but the most important thing right now is that her loved ones maintain hope. Quincy police officials say Kelly was last seen with yesterday's standoff suspect in St. Charles, Missouri on December 14th.
It's been hard, just knowing like I'm stunned. Her mother is obviously grieving, but there's a hope in this, and there's a hope, and his name is Jesus Christ, and that's the hope that we cling to. You know, Scripture tells us that there's going to be suffering, but we know that Jesus is with us through the suffering.
He says the two lived in Quincy. If you know of Brittany's whereabouts, QPD is asking you to call them with any information. Spring, he never. Suspect's wife, Brittany Kelly, isn't losing hope after police say she hasn't been seen. Others he never met. The most important main scene with yesterday.
To the suffering.
He says that.
Sorry, I was trying to get it to show us the full photo of her, because I want to see and put up on the screen her full photo. Yeah, I'm gonna mute it. Let's see if we can get her full photo back. How horrible for her family. Not seen since December 14. What is that, about 8 days? Just over a week? That's her and her father? And, yeah. How very sad. I don't know. But Chadwick Kelly, I'm guessing she's not alive. As sad as that is to say, I feel like that's why he did what he did and went on the run, is because he knows that he killed his wife. Let me see if I can find anything else about her. Brittany Kelly. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else about just her. Quincy man out on parole dead following Lewis County shootout. Wife remains missing. That was only like 12 hours ago. So up until right now, she's still considered missing. Here's another photo of her. There's a more current photo of Brittany Kelly. But I don't see a ton more about her. Yeah, there's not a lot of media about her. They say, meanwhile, Quincy police have issued a missing person report for Brittany Kelly. She's described as 5 foot 1 inch tall, weighing 135 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Sure. They said she was last heard from on December 14 in St. Charles, Missouri, and was reportedly with Chadwick Kelly at the time. Search warrants have been issued to learn her whereabouts, and the search continues. They say the Quincy Police Department is working with the Lewis County Sheriff's Department, the St. Charles Police Department, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol in the investigation. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Brittany Kelly is asked to contact the Quincy Police Department or the St. Charles Police Department. All inquiries on the LaBelle incident should be directed to the Missouri State Highway Patrol or the Lewis County Sheriff's Department. They're saying the LaBelle investigation is going by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Division of Drug and Crime Control. So, yeah, there you go. Look. So apparently, the woman inside the residence that ran out of the home that had the injuries was not Brittany Kelly. It was a different woman that was being held captive in the property. That's interesting. So did he just go to some random woman's home and hold her captive and start a standoff? There has to be a reason. He just ran out of the home, firing that firearm, knowing that police were going to shoot him, which leads me to believe he knows that Brittany Kelly is dead, and that he wanted to do that whole death by cop thing they do. So I'm guessing that was his ultimate aim, because he already knew that, yeah, he would be going down. Reby says, I wonder how many husbands are going missing. I would say it's rare. Yeah, I don't think many. Well, so we talked about it the other night, the difference between male and female homicide. The statistics say for female, it's almost 100% DV, but male homicide is broken up into all these different things like DV, unknown, targeted, this, that, drug related, gang related, work related. There's just so many different subcontext of how men are murdered. But for women, it's overwhelmingly DV. It's some sort of relationship murder, as where for men, that's not the case. Men are killed by other men normally. Probably eating birdseed. Probably the favorite birdseed of Frankie. They're going to have roast birdseed on the fire, and then they're going to enjoy it together, like all good bird parents should do. Share the food with the bird. All right. I think that's about it for tonight. We gave away a hoodie. Lindy won. By the way, Rachel, I did add your name. My sweet friend. It's very kind of you. Rachel sent in a donation. I'm very, very appreciative of it. And thank you very much. It's very kind of you. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with more true crime. Tomorrow's Sunday night. I'll be on after the Niners lose another game of football. A turducken? Is that offensive to budgies? Are they afraid that they might be next? Because, they're very small. They might fit in the middle between the turkey, the duck, and then the budgie. You might be sending a warning. Then he'll be very scared. Rachel, yes, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. I saw that earlier. Muffin says, good night. Muff, do you say good night? You going to talk? You go very quiet when I'm on the show, but when we're not on the show, all you do is talk. Meow, 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 meow. Talk to everyone, huh? Yeah? Oh, he's a cute boy, huh? All right. Yes, good night, everyone. Roast beef, turkey, duck, or goose for ours. I actually made a brisket on Friday. It was so good. I've never made brisket before, and it was really good. Well, you did the covering for it. No. The rest of it. I will. Just like you steal my jokes. I think it's a fair trade-off. It's a fair trade. You steal my jokes, tell them at work. That's right. There we go. We made a brisket. That's right. Elf is a shelf. I'm watching all of you. Nah, she didn't. She did the rub. She did the it has to have a sugar rub. What was it again? Yeah. Onion powder and that. Mustard powder. Yeah, brown sugar. It was nice. So bit. It was good though. It was good brisket. Took like 12 hours. Rachel says love brisket. We smoked them and it takes hours. We did a slow cooker. Yeah, I don't know what went into it, but I had to mind it for 12 hours. So I was the one that was constantly checking it. So yeah, it was good though. It was nice. So we've been having brisket for like brisket sandwiches and making mash and barbecue sauce because it supposed to make a barbecue sauce thing for the top, but we didn't. A Christmas corned beef. I like corned beef too. Corned beef is good. Angela says Mrs. P is poorly. She was worse yesterday. Yeah, she was pretty bad yesterday. Today, feeling better? Think so? All right. She's feeling somewhat better. We have tamales for one meal. Sounds like good brisket. I don't know. We got some leftovers. I'm gonna eat some tonight, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of it. So I'm gonna have to figure out something. Maybe tamales. Jojo says, hopefully you're not. I'm eating a family-sized garlic bread alone. Nobody else wanted any. That's a good excuse to eat all sorts of food. Do you want any? No? Okay, I'll eat it all. Like I have a cheesecake in the fridge, and it's a possibility that I'm gonna have to eat it all. So a raspberry chocolate something cheesecake. We bought it to test for Christmas, and well, I bought it to eat it, but yeah. But we're testing it to see if it's any good so we can take it for Christmas. It's actually a Cheesecake Factory one. If you're in America and you have Cheesecake Factory, this is it's a Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. Yeah, it's from the American chain. Love them. They're delicious. They're great. Yeah, that's it. We're talking about food. That means the show is over. Congratulations, Lynn D. Thank you very much to Rachel for the donation. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. That's why your dad bought the worst beer. No one else would drink it. It's a smart ploy. Or you just buy stuff that you know the other person doesn't like. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, it'll go bad. That's right. I need to eat it all because it'll go bad otherwise. Uh, till tomorrow. Till tomorrow. It's nice to get back into the routine. We're slowly getting there. Still a little rusty. Still feel a little rusty. But I will see you tomorrow, okay? Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye. You too. Have a good night. See you later. Bye.